Hello and welcome to another tutorial. My name's Damien from Deals in Apps. In this tutorial I'm going to show you a few things in the Google Slide program, which is available with Google Drive. I'm assuming you've gone through the Google Drive setup tutorial. If not, please go ahead and do that first. It'll show you how you do get this folder on your Google Drive, and this is the folder that we put our templates in, which is a great resource for you. We'll continually add to these files as time goes by, giving you lots and lots of options and ideas on how to create your feature images. So I will go through a couple of these and just show you how the program works. Firstly, we'll open up this one. Now you'll know that these ones are read-only, meaning we can't make any changes to these, so we do in fact need to make a copy. Now we just go to the File menu and select Make a Copy. And just rename that whatever you like. You'll see it opening up in a new tab, and just to show you where that actually saves to, we'll go back to the Google Drive tab. We are inside the template folder, but if we go back to the My Drive folder, you'll see the file has been created right there. So we'll go back to the tab which has that file loaded. Now the thing with slides, it works very much like PowerPoint. If you're not familiar with PowerPoint, it basically is a bunch of shapes all layered on the one single canvas. So we have this on the top, we have this below that, and then we have the picture below everything else. So that's right at the back. We can relayer things very easily by right-clicking on the element. So let's say we want this to the front. We right-click on it, and we look for the order, and we choose any number of these options. Let's bring it to front, and you'll see it's now in front of this logo. So if you ever get stuck and you're wondering why something's below something, you need to select it the best way you can, right click it, and change the order. We need to bring that to the front. Same with the image. Anything can be ordered. Bring to front. Now that's obviously not what we want, so we can send that to the back. So you've got this price box that's actually sitting okay there like that, but say you want this to sit just behind it, and you want this to be on the front. So we select one, hold down the Shift key, and click on that. So they're both selected now. So then we right click and bring to front. That brings them both to the front at one time. Press the undo command. These two buttons are the undo and the redo. So if I move something and I don't actually want to do that, I can hit the undo button and it'll take it back to the last move that we did. This particular template has a bunch of different panel styles that you can choose from. So we have the nice chiseled arrow. We have just a plain square. We have some rounded corners, and we have a nice wave panel and a trapezoid panel. So you can use any number of these. Everything's fully editable once you unlock it. So you might find that this colour here would be better being a nice green. Just select the shape, look for the paint bucket icon, and choose a green that matches the grass. Maybe a bit lighter. There we go. So that kind of matches the grass a bit better. 50% is probably a bit too much. So maybe you want to just offer 10% off. So it's not actually half price at all, it's 10% off hampers. This one has the added duration of the deal, 2 weeks only. You don't need to have that. That can be fully deleted or taken off. Just select it and delete it, and we'll just beef that up a bit. Text is very easy to manipulate. Using this program, we have a large selection of fonts we can choose from, and I'll just show you how to choose those. First of all, you need to select the text that you want to change. Then you go to the font menu and you'll see these few here, but all you need to do is click on the More Fonts button and you'll see literally hundreds of fonts load up here. There is a bunch of fonts you can choose from. Now, don't go too crazy with the fonts, because you can wreck a design by putting too many fonts on the image. So what I've done there is I've added the Chewy font. That's not a bad font. It's kind of handwritten. Looks quite good actually. Font sizes, you can choose any of these numbers, or you can actually just type it in here. So we want to bump that up to about 28 and just press the tab key to get out of that. Bold, italic, underline. Now here's where we change the font color. It's as easy as that, and we can do custom colors. If your color isn't here, we can choose custom and choose any of these colors. And this is the way to make the colors darker or lighter. So I think I'll go for a nice orange. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Now, I actually now feel like I need to match this panel with this orange. So you'll see that the last used colour is filled up along the bottom here, so we can change that very easily just by selecting it there. You've got all your usual aligning options, colour, spacing, all the usual stuff that you would find in most word processing applications. Bullet lists, numbered lists. Now the shapes button is quite good. You've got all these shapes you can choose from. So we can draw extra panels. We can draw arrows. And we can draw stars. Now on each of these shapes you'll see a little yellow diamond. Now these, or maybe 2 or 3 you'll see. Now these are used to customize the shape a bit better. If you can just play around with these, you'll see what they each do. You'll see this one makes it a bit thicker, whereas this controls the arrowhead. This one controls the diameter of the rounded edges, and this one controls the spikiness of the star points. You can go quite extreme with these ones. Now colouring your shapes is very easy too. You first of all select your shape and you look for these 2 buttons here, which is the fill and the line colour. So once again we can select any colour we like, and if we want to change the thickness of the lines, we can do that here. We can dot the lines, or we can change the colour of the lines, or we can turn the line off by using the transparent option. and you'll see that the line's gone. Same for every other shape. Okay, let's show you how to bring an image into here. We'll get rid of this one. You need to click on the image button, and you need to click on the choose an image to upload, and this will bring up your file system for your computer. You need to navigate to your image library, which hopefully you've prepared beforehand. Okay, so there's our image. Now what we want to do is make it the same size as the canvas, so you'll see it snap into place there. Now we want to get it all the way over to that side, just enough to get past this point here. Now we can move it up, and that's right, we're going to move it to the back. Now you'll see that the image goes past the canvas on the bottom and on the top. That's okay, it's allowed to overlap a bit, and you'll see a nice preview of it in this window here. Now we've got a little bit of a gap here, so what I would do is just stretch that out just to fill that white area. And while we're at it, we'll get rid of this logo, and we'll bring in the proper logo. So this is a Ben's Bar and Grill deal. There's our Ben's logo. So we drag it up into this area here and resize it by dragging the bottom corner. And that's in there, beautiful. We could probably make this a little bit smaller, which means we can make this a bit larger. Yep. And bringing it up. Now, what's this deal going to be? Let's say $8 wrap. Available on Thursdays only. Yeah. And how much is that save? We're saying, because they're normally how much are they normally? $13. So it's $5 off. And I like this font, so let's change this font to the Chewy font. Maybe make it a bit bigger. Maybe a bit bigger again. Yep, the spacing's okay. So there's our image preview there. That's looking pretty good. Now once you're happy with an image, you need to save it out as a JPEG. So we go to the File menu. We need to go to Download As and Download As JPEG. That'll bring up the Save box and you press OK. Now that's saved to our Downloads folder. So if we look for our Downloads folder, we'll see the image right there. And there it is. And that's how you make a feature image.